Hey guys, this is Tyler here. It is October 7th, and I'm just going to discuss something here, and I think this is really relevant for a lot of Estonians. That is why Russian-speaking Estonians, I think, have to reconsider their position on their situation in Estonian, change their viewpoint, or look at it from a different perspective. Okay, so I've lived in Estonia for about a year now, and I've seen many perspectives on the Estonian-speaking Estonians and Russian-speaking Estonians. For clarification here, when I say Russian-speaking Estonians, I'm not talking about Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusians that have immigrated here, like first generation. I have a Ukrainian friend here, for example, who lives in Estonia. He's Ukrainian. He came here 3 years ago to live and work. I am referring to people that have been born on this soil who speak Russian and who probably also speak Estonian. When I say Russian-speaking Estonians, that's who I'm referring to. The reason I use this definition is because almost all of those people have Estonian documents, they have EU passports, they have residency, they can purchase homes, they can get work, they can do most anything, they can travel, they can study elsewhere. And just about all the things that an Estonian Estonian-speaking person can do. That's the first thing here, is that most of these Russian-speaking Estonians actually know Estonian, they know the language. Even though many of them take kind of this victim card, they kind of look at themselves as being second-class citizens in their eyes. I don't personally think this. As a third party here, I don't see this. This is just my perspective. I myself am a foreign person in Estonia, and I know other people, foreign people who live here that are from all different countries, and I don't see these people in this light. I say this because I think these people get maybe a little either bought in the hype, or they like to kind of take this victim mindset because it makes them feel better about their situation. But truthfully, a lot of them don't have real bad situations. And as I said before, most of them have documents here, they can work here, they can study here, their kids get education, they have EU passports, they have ability to go elsewhere. Most of them are financially all right. I wouldn't say they're doing great, but I don't think they're doing really bad typically. Yet many of them still complain about their situation. I've always been under the notion that it's not that bad if you're not leaving. If you're continuing to complain and to whine, it's not that bad, because someone who really has it bad will leave. Like many guys from North America now, they're leaving, they're going to other countries. Many people from South Africa are leaving, they have to go to other countries to live. That's a bad situation. The Estonians I met outside of Estonia, most of these people, all of them were Estonian speaking. They grew up from Estonian speaking parents. They were not Russian-speaking Estonians. In fact, I've never met a Russian-speaking I've met one person. I actually had a tutor, and he was on one side, but he wasn't 100% here. Most of the Estonians I met outside actually were Estonian-speaking, and this is why I personally don't believe it's that bad as they say it is. Because, as I said before, if a situation is real bad, you'll leave. You'll figure out a situation, figure out how to live elsewhere. Russian-speaking Estonians have to remember here that the Estonian government has given them most of the same legal rights and freedoms that Estonian-speaking Estonians have. Most of these people can go to work, they can go to school, their kids get education free or very subsidized. Universities, they have schools that are specifically for Russian-speaking Estonians. They have organizations, events, scholarships that are solely for Russian-speaking Estonians, and that's what amazes me. They still claim to be the victim here. They act as if they're foreign people. I have nothing against it. It's just like in America. I have nothing against people like Latino culture, Chicano culture as it's called, who are proud of their roots, proud of their parents' ancestry, grandparents' ancestry. If they want to speak the language and to be close to the culture, that's totally fine for me. They can do this. But they can't then go back and complain and say how they're being mistreated, because I know of foreign people that are from various countries that much more mistreated, honestly. And these people, they're not being easily given documents. They're not able to buy homes. They're not able to work at many different places. They have problems that are actually a lot worse than this. And yet they don't complain either, like these people do. And that's where I think one has to reconsider, is this really legit to complain about? Is this really reasonable, or maybe I'm playing the victim mindset? I actually believe, as a foreign person here, that Estonian government's treated most of you guys, you Russian-speaking Estonians, quite well. In fact, you've been treated probably better than you would have been in a lot of countries, even other European countries. Don't forget that. I mean, if you're being given a lot, because always remember this, is that actions speak louder than words. They give documents, you can work, you can go to school, you can probably buy property, or you already have property. You have all these things. You have an EU passport. Those are actions. That's not words. Those are actions. That's how you get things done. Those are actions that indicate that the Estonian government is helping you. And yeah, I understand, perhaps in certain government positions, to be the equivalent of a senator here, or to be in a high up office, political office. Absolutely, I understand it maybe in these situations they will only let Estonian-speaking Estonians. But in many other areas, I see Russian names, Russian last names or first names in different job fields, and some of these are very prestigious job positions. People have these Russian last names or first names. This doesn't seem to be an impediment to these people, especially if they speak Estonian. They understand the culture. They've been born and raised here. Yeah, they may have lived around Russian-speaking Estonians, but they still understand the culture. They still get by. They have no problems. And they're certainly living here, so life can't be too bad. That's, if they haven't left in so many years, it cannot be that bad. And also the fact that Estonia is a Baltic country, it's really close to Russia. Some people almost would look at like Russian land. And for this reason too, I would point this out, that there probably is something close to the hearts of Russian-speaking Estonians being here, and they obviously see this as their land, as Estonian-speaking Estonians do. I'm not going to say whose land it is or who's more deserving of it or whatever. I think that's for Estonians to decide. It's evident that they also feel very close to this country, to this region. My main point here though is just understand, to you Russian-speaking Estonians and also Estonian-speaking Estonians, actions always speak louder than words. And if you're given all these documents, you're given these liberties, you can vote, you can work, you can go to school, they give you documents, you can travel, you have a EU passport, you could probably buy a home or finance one. You have all of these freedoms. This in itself indicates that Estonia looks at you as Estonians. Just as any country that gives you all of those things would identify you as a citizen of their country. I would never look at a Mexican person that immigrated to America and then had children in America or grandchildren. I would absolutely identify those people as Americans, their kids or grandkids. If they could speak Spanish, they would still be Americans. And I think it's the same thing with Russian-speaking Estonians here. They're still Estonians, even if they speak a second language, isn't the language of the country, as a second or first language. This is just my understanding of this here. And as I said, this is coming from a foreign perspective, a third party. I just urge everyone to understand different perspective on a situation and just reconsider your feelings on it. So thank you.